Yay!
Is that recording?
I have no idea. It's fine. It's fine.
I think it's recording. I'm blind, motherfucker.
I'm just organising our extra.
I can see pixels moving, therefore that must be recording.
Yeah, I'm just organising our extracurricular activities.
Oh right.
Of course, in this Christmas special, we have activities.
Ooh.
We do, and you'll find out what they are later.
You are.
Good. There's bar charts.
I'm terrified if there's bar charts.
Bar charts can be useful because no one's going to be able to read them. There you go. Because no one's going to be able to see them. I've seen them briefly on the stream, but on the audio ones, you're not going to enjoy the bar charts. All I can say is some of the bars are bigger than others.
And there are bars. There are bars. I can confirm on that paper.
There are bars. There are bars.
Yeah.
So, right. Getting on the TheSuffolkRam.
Skazz.
Welcome to episode 129. Our Christmas special. Jingle.
I'm the one with the jinglies. I've got one attached to my wrist.
That was I'll give that jingle C+. There's some effort there. Next time you try a bit more effort in it, please. Thank you. Good. So, Christmas podcast. Yay.
Ooh.
Christmas in a few days.
I hate Christmas.
You've had your Christmas hamper delivered. I hope you're enjoying it.
Marvellous, mate. Thank you very much.
No worries. Yeah, so looking for... What was your favourite bit?
The meat.
Good. All of it, yes. I've got my booze one in a couple of days' time.
Are you going to be brewing? Have you been brewing for
No, I've not. I've not brewed anything. I need to get round to do that. I'll be honest with you. I just find the time because I only have like half an hour, one afternoon a week off nowadays.
Brutal.
Yeah, I work 7 days a week now.
What? You were supposed to be working less.
I know. I've ended up working more.
Where did you go wrong? What did you do?
They offered me overtime at work and I took it.
You silly bugger.
I know, but it's extra bit of money. I thought, while it's there, it's only been there for 3 months. While it's there, I might as well have it.
You berg. No. You absolute berg. He's thinking to himself, I could do with the money. Could you really? No, I don't really need it, but give me something to do, won't it?
Yeah. So, there we are. I'm doing work. So,
yep.
Games we've been playing?
Nothing.
Because
I'm still fighting the internet.
You're still fighting Stadia.
No, it's not Stadia. It's everyone bloody else. Annoying bastards. I ain't got time to play games just because I stream. I mean, we have been playing Sims 4, my wife and I. We made Kim. I think I might have mentioned this before.
How did it go?
He's a rocket man now. He's an astronaut.
Oh, I see. So that's. I think for him, that's quite in keeping, actually.
He's a funny man.
Now, is it just Kim in the household?
It is just Kim. Although occasionally people do visit Kim. Kim is well liked in the community.
Brilliant.
He's a funny guy, albeit people always want to hang out with him, but he is a bit of a loner. He's a bit misunderstood. He's a little bit weird. He's a bit of a comedian. He is literally because we found out that the microphone ups your social stat even if there's no one else in the house. So he never complains about not going anywhere. And then he goes into space every now and then and saves other planets. It is absolutely great. And Sims 4 controls weird on a control pad. However, on the Xbox version, you can plug in a mouse and keyboard and play it that way. There you go. That's it.
Fair.
Sims 4. Fucking great.
Oh, you're not trying to add some more dictators to the...
We added Donald Trump. Kim does not like Donald. He doesn't like the Don.
What, in the same house?
He did ask if Kim wanted to move in, and Kim was basically sod off Don to the point that he actually moved to the next town over. So
that's brilliant.
I was like, oh dear, they don't like each other, Inky. And Inky's like, I don't like the Don either. He's a bit of a dick. He's bullying our Kim.
Yeah. Please, you need to put Boris in. Please put for the first of the New Year podcast. Please, pretty please, Mr. Skazz, put Boris Johnson in there.
That's entirely up to the wife, and
I'll speak to her when we get down. Put Boris Johnson in.
As soon as, let's put it this way, my wife really liked making Kim, and she really likes playing as Kim. Right, she's become quite attached to our Kim. He's practically our son at this point. Right, he is our favourite Sim. She starts making the Don, literally the Don, and she hates him. She absolutely hates him.
So is every normal person.
He's a cocky, arrogant twat.
Exactly.
So when Kim was like, I don't really think I like him, she was like, I don't like him. Kim doesn't like him.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I think you should really give him a chance. No, fuck him. He's tormenting Kim. It's like, okay, it's fair enough.
Please do Boris.
We will.
Got to Boris.
We will.
Corbin, yeah. But Boris
and
is
Kim's first name is Big.
Big Kim.
Exactly. So everyone else refers to him as Big.
Please tell me you've got him like in a grey suit. And
He constantly wears a suit. He wakes up in a suit. He goes to bed in a suit. The only thing that changes is the colour of his glasses and his slippers. If he's going to bed, he's wearing his slippers. When he gets up in the morning, he's wearing his shoes. You know, if he's going for a night out, he changes into a pair of trainers.
That's brilliant.
You know, but he's still wearing the same suit. Same suit, but that's how you know if Kim's up for a good time. If his glasses colour change and his shoes change, bam!
What's his favourite activities? What does he like doing in his spare time?
Kim likes to paint, he likes to craft and build his rocket ship.
He's building a rocket ship as well.
Yes, he had to build part of his spaceship.
Awesome. Can you build the rest of it and actually go to space?
He has gone to space. He's saved
but
many...
but you don't see him go to space,
No,
do you?
no, but it does give you like a choose-your-own-adventure style thing of Kim has gone to an alien planet and they're really primitive. Does Kim help them learn how to farm? Or do you give it to them or do you teach them? And it's like, well, Kim's going to fucking teach him. Yeah, Kim! And then, oh my god, the alien race is now starting to advance and they need this. Does Kim just hand it to them, or does he teach them how to do it? And he does it, and all of a sudden they become an advanced alien race, and Kim fucks off home, and he's really happy.
I want to get Sims 4 now.
Oh, mate, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
I want to get Sims 4, and I'm going to make a house with me, you, Bard, and Middlemeister in it.
Yeah. Is Kim going to be our neighbour? Because he might knock on the door.
Can you like sync up your Sims for other players?
No, I don't think you can. Shamefully,
that's a shame. That'd be a good sort of multiplayer, but you could like have your Sims go visit your friends.
And if I had to be honest with you, it's fucking hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Just seeing Kim wandering around his house because they're giving him like the zombie walk, the evil criminal walk, but that's just because he's misunderstood. You know.
So you actually choose their walks.
Yeah, you can choose how they walk. I mean, Inky actually spent time crafting Kim's face. She had pictures of Kim up on my phone while she was like, because you can like change all the jaw shape and all that kind of stuff, the cheekbones and all that. She was changing all of that to make Kim look like basically, you know, like a young adult version of Kim Jong-un, the Marshal. So, yeah, it was kind of rad. And then when it came to the Don, she was like, I've looked at the Don, I don't like him, that'll do.
Oh, dear.
So...
just make him as ugly as possible.
Boris Johnson may be black.
Yeah. You could put Obama in there as well.
You could do. We did actually think about making Obama, and we did say we're gonna make Vlad and old Lizzie and stuff like that. And in the end, we were just like, but we like playing as Kim. Kim's fun.
But you can have him around.
Kim's a nice guy.
Before you know, Obama and Kim might get on really well.
Kim's a nice guy.
We never tried it in real life, so they might get on very well. You don't know, do you?
Should hang out with Kim. He's probably all right.
Yeah, he's probably fine.
Hangs out with Dennis Rodman.
There you go.
And Dennis Rodman's crazier than I am. By the way, I messaged Dennis Rodman on the internet. So I was like, "Hey, Dennis, still talk to the Marshal, mate?" He hasn't replied to me. I'm sad.
Aww.
Also spoken to the North Korean foreign relations guy. He hasn't replied either. I'm sad. Take this shit seriously.
You should send a picture of your Sim Kim.
Yeah,
Sim Kim!
There you go. He's really popular on Simstagram, you know.
Is he?
Yeah, me and Inky attempted to get him a dog or a cat. We don't know yet. We're gonna do all this. Kim needs the finer things in life. He's a nice guy. You know, he hangs out with my children all the time in The Sims.
Does he now?
No, he was playing chess with my eldest son earlier on.
What's his house like?
Nice. We started him off in like a.
Because all dictators have a humble beginning.
Yeah, which is why we started him off in a gypsy wagon.
Good.
Right, and he was learning his crafts because he'd left North Korea because he'd had a bit of a rough time. He just wanted to go out and find himself. He wanted to become the real Rocket Man. He wanted people to know who he was, not just what people were portraying on TV. He wanted to mingle with the general public. And because obviously no one knew who Kim was when he turned up on the shores of America. So he's rocking around in his little gypsy wagon. He's off-grid. He's living a clean life. He's learning to paint. He's learning to craft and build his rocket from his gypsy wagon. And it was just that was a feel-good story. You know, and people started knocking on his door, and he invited all the neighbourhood dogs round, and they were all friendly with him. He'd feed them, and he'd give to charity, and all this, and just...
What did charity say when you got our money?
But he was giving away everything he had, bless him. And then the Don moved in across the street. He said, "Fuck this, I'm moving away." And then he built his rocket ship, and he's like, "You know what? Fuck this planet. I'm going to space." So I'm not going to bomb anyone. I'm fucking going over there.
Oh, it turns out Kim is just misunderstood.
That's how it works. He's a creepy motherfucker. He's like around his house, but then all of a sudden my kids knocked on the door and he's like, "Hey, do you want to learn how to play chess? I'll teach you how to play chess. Check this shit out. You want a sandwich? You can have a sandwich. There's a microphone. You can pretend to be a comedian over there. You go do that. I'm going to go over there and lift some weights because I need to do that to get a promotion in my job." And that's Kim. He's a nice guy.
Your desktop has irritated me.
I know, it's irritating me too, because I haven't changed anything on this computer.
No, the desktop that's new to it is everything else has been drawn with circles except the base, which is a straight line.
I agree.
No,
you say that because the snores down to the teeth is a straight line too.
No, but if you look, it's got a slight curve to it, if you look.
You are right.
Well, if you look at the one I've got on my laptop... Sorry, we're comparing desktops.
What version are you running?
I don't know.
What do you mean, don't bloody know?
I don't pay attention. Whatever was the latest one I got downloaded.
Or was it 19?
Mine is fully all made of circles.
Well, bollocks to your background, you
I've got a weasel. Not the weasel.
I spoke to Weasel recently, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I'm supposed to be going on the pub with him at some point.
Oh, awesome. See how it's getting on.
Cool. He's all right.
Cool. Anyway, games you've been playing?
Yes, none other than The Sims, because I've been hanging out with Kim.
Oh, no, I think it's a fair good session we just had on The Sims.
Yeah, me and Inky will never stop playing The Sims. The Sims is that's the backup game. So when I'm pissed off and stuff, like, you know, when games don't work or I just want to have a quick, just kind of chill out stream. Me and Inky we set up a microphone. It's about 30 feet away from us, but we'll just sit there and like, "No, it's fucking Kim. He's having a sandwich.
Yeah.
He's fucking raising that," and we play Sims. Only as Kim, mind you, because every other character can fuck off. Inky made houses for like every other Sim in the neighborhood. She made me, she made her, she made the kids, and she's like, "You know what? Don't want to play as them anymore. Let's play as Kim." And I was like, "I agree, honey. I agree. Let's play as Kim." Oh boy, in it? You're not in it yet, but you're gonna have to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of you and then she's gonna craft
Kim's
you.
best friend.
You might be. You might be. He's a very friendly guy. Very friendly guy.
Yeah.
Kim is...
Put me and Boris Johnson in and report back next time of how it's gone.
No, do you know what? You're probably going to be best friends.
Good. What, me and Boris? No. Can I assassinate Boris?
You can try if you wish. Although I will say, when we do the North Korea show... Sorry, Marshall. Don't take offence, mate. I've got some of my favourite shirts have the Marshall on them. You know, that's like my first Rocket Man shirt that people get really pissed off. Oh, mate, I walked around. There's a school. Was it around Beccles Free
Is
School?
that one with Kim surfing?
Yeah, I was walking around. I think it was Beccles Free School. I'm walking around Beccles Free School with a fucking shirt on, with Kim Jong Un surfing on a North Korean surfboard, or North Korea flag surfboard, with a nuclear blast in the background, eating candy floss with a ghetto blaster saying "rad" as he's like surfing along. The looks on the kids' faces were like, "Holy shit!" Jesus has just walked in the room and he's got a half-naked fat guy on his shirt. They weren't impressed.
No,
but,
I can imagine.
But Kim, mate, I don't mean to be mean to you. I just like the shirt. That's a dude that just doesn't give a fuck. He's getting stuff done. If I could run a country and say, you know what, today I fancy just, in the middle of a nuclear test, I'm going surfing and I fancy some fucking candy floss. Bam! That's what you're going to do. Kim
That's living the high life, isn't it?
That's it.
What's the point in being a horrific dictator if you can't occasionally just go surfing?
And he's thinking to himself, you know what? I could put on my shorts, but you know what? Bollocks! I'm just going to take off my suit and I'm going to get on this board in my underpants. Fuck you guys. Okay,
you're you for complicated political reasons, you become dictator of UK. What do you do? What's your first? What crazy law are you going to bring in as your first law?
Everyone has to be vaccinated by law.
I said crazy or not sensible.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, but according to some people, that would make me the devil.
That's idiots. But sensible. You can't, There you go. Ban stupidity. There you go.
Well, mate, they'd have to overthrow me then. Straight away. It's like,
you define it.
It's like, he's got an opinion. How dare our ruler have an opinion? Be gone. It's like, hang on, I'm in charge. Be gone. We will storm your castle in the middle of the witness stand.
Hey, guys, new rules. I forgive myself. Oh, okay, then, yeah, fair enough.
So, hang on a minute. Are you allowed to do that? I have the votes. Shut up.
Yeah.
Don't you
forget, I got 100% of the vote last election.
So, but there was only you running. Exactly. Because no one else was ballsy enough to try.
I had a story that some dictator back in the 1950s got 2,500% vote rate. Because there's like 15,000 voters and about sort of like 75 or 80,000 people voted for him. There's only 15,000 registered voters in the whole country.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I passed through. I was time travelling at the time. I do that every now and then, you see. And I was like, what? Fuck, I'm just going to tick the box. Why not? The other guy was dead in the box next to me, but I ticked the box anyway.
Yeah.
Twice. Had a bit of a shake as well, so I ticked it the third time.
I walked in and people die in boxes at voting booths. This is related, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah, I walked into my mum and they were watching this.
What the hell has this got to do with your mum and sister? What have they been doing?
Mum, sister, and father were all watching this TV series called Death in Paradise. It's a murder mystery set on the Caribbean islands. Okay, it's. Or was it Caribbean? Or some island that
island, some sand on it. And
It's a bit weird because there's like it's like this white British guy who's in charge of all the investigations. And everybody else is black. So it's like,
a bit.
Yeah. Basically,
what is that privileged white man doing on that island?
That's what I thought. It's like, yeah, the white guy comes saves everybody. He's one in charge.
Oh, get him out.
Yeah, because the British colony, you see. So
white people fuck everything up.
Yeah.
We were watching Dr. Dolittle the other day, and I was like, what is that white woman doing to that monkey? And there's this little chimp thing.
Which version have you been watching?
I was like,
I think you've got the wrong version.
It was quite funny actually, because at that time there was
is it the same one with the woman and the horse?
Well, when they whip it out, you can't tell the difference on camera.
I don't. Is this the director's cut? I don't know this one for the original release.
It was funny. I was like,
that wasn't in the book.
What are those white people doing on that island, and how come?
They're fucking everything up.
Yeah, why? What are they doing there? The animals are fine. Why? What? Get off that island, you crazy white motherfucker! You're gonna start spreading disease and get out. They're happy. They have huts. They've got spears and big bags.
Oh, great! You're doing so well up until that point. You're doing really well. What happened to that point? Well, they've got huts and spears and stuff. What more do they want?
Well, they did. They did. They were fucking happy. And then white boy comes in with, I don't know, gonorrhea or something. They're all fucked. So check this out. I've got a Big Mac.
Yeah, I was watching this and I happened to come in as the white guy. He's played by Arnold Han, who played Dougal on Father Ted, which is really weird watching him play. That would be a it's weird watching him play a serious character.
I don't believe you. That's not real.
Honestly, he's in it. He's honest. And
he had to go serious.
But we want to see more bad. The previous guy who before, because if they seem to change like the head detectives like every season, they seem to get killed off quite frequently. I wonder why. The previous guy was the guy who was in My Family, then ended up in all the BT adverts. Yeah, the one with all the
the dippy one.
Yeah, him.
The one that reminds me of my brother.
So yeah, if I walk in there, it's like, hang on a second. So I was sitting there thinking, why have they got? Wow, okay.
Hang on a minute, son. How come you can?
This is the scenario, right? These
together.
people wanted to kill someone at a polling station, right?
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure. So they got this plan, right? So there's these two ladies, and there's a vicar there.
Oh god, this has gone bad really fast.
And there's a guy in the booth they want to kill, right? So this is what they do. Spoilers for the Steps of Death and Parasite. I have no idea what it's called. You'll know it when you see it, if you're watching it. So they decide to pretend that the fan is broken because it's a hot country, and they decide to go and look in the storeroom, right? They pretend, they follow me. They pretend to be looking at the fan. While they're doing that, one of them comes back through. And basically causes some distraction to get the vicar. She causes a distraction that basically makes the vicar come out and see the.
He comes out.
No, he comes down to the polling booth with the guys. So the ones with little curtains behind it, right? He comes to the guy in the polling booth and sees the one they want to murder. As he turns to sort of walk away, this woman goes behind this guy and stabs him through the neck with a knife and kills him. And I watched, and then they just pretend they found the fan and go back, and a bit later they find the dead body. Wow. I said, stabbing somebody isn't particularly quiet.
No.
I'm pretty sure most people would scream quite loudly if you stabbed them.
Yep.
How does this work? And I got told, just go with it. Just don't think about it too much, just go with it.
Well, first off, you said that the vicar came out. Progress, gay vicar. Were all of the evil people in this story white?
They usually are, from what I gather.
Okay.
It does seem to be that if the person on the island is white, they're probably the bad guy.
They are the bad guy. We're two white men. We're as evil as we get.
In a British TV series, the white guy is the bad guy. In American TV series, the English guy is the bad guy.
It's true.
It matters the colour of the skin.
British.
Yeah.
If you speak with an accent, you're instantly the bad guy.
Also, Idris Elba always plays good guys on our TV series. He goes to America, he always plays the bad guys.
Isn't it great?
Yeah. Idris Elba for next Bond. That'll never happen.
No.
They should do. He'd be good at it. Anyway.
Just want to throw out there, Dr. Dolittle. Stupid.
Which Doctor Who were you watching?
I don't actually know if it was Dr. Dolittle.
There's a new one out.
No, I don't know. Just think he said it. There was a guy in the street singing.
Was there any
singing?
Because I think the one, I think apart from the new one, the one previous out.
No, it looked pretty old.
Eddie Murphy, I think, was Doctor
No.
Was it like 50s old? Was it
like people barely knew how to move a camera? Old.
Oh right, okay.
And I was like, "There's guys singing in the streets. He should be put to death. He's inciting riots. You couldn't sing in the streets where I grew up. You'd get stabbed." And all of a sudden, they ended up on that island, and I was like, he's not even the main character. Why is 1 minute he's singing in the street?
You sure it's Dr. Doolittle, not Dr. Maru?
I don't bloody. There's more than 5 people there. If that was China, they'd all be put in prison.
Right.
There's a group.
All I can say is I can tell you've had 2 cans of Carlsberg.
No, I'm just playing on it. But still, oh my God, it was so bizarre. TV is stupid. It's been stupid for hundreds of... It's not even been out for hundreds of years. It's been it. TV is... Oh, the stories... Leave them alone. And if you're white, go away. Please, you have no place on the telly.
Fantastic. Right, anyway, games we've been playing. So, I've been playing... Awkward Dimensions Redux.
Huh?
Yeah, I got it's. I know. I'll preempt it before I slag it off. I'll preempt it by saying it's a completely free game.
Mm-hmm.
It costs absolutely nothing. Okay.
Hard drive space and wear and tear. Maintenance on that's going to cost you a bit.
Yeah, but in the grand scheme, basically nothing.
Registry entries.
I don't think Windows puts no. I don't think one registry for that game is going to worry. Windows puts nothing by itself.
You have a fair point. Huh. I'll let you have that. Keep going.
So, it's a game where yes, it is, and it's a game where you are going through an author's the guy who created it. All the sort of it's all like lots of little mini dreamscapes based on his dreams he's had, supposedly. Because if they are all ones he's had, he has some fucking weird dreams, and he must be
end
harmless.
up on an island where people start bloody singing?
No, he doesn't. There is an island.
Random note. If you make a TV show, I'm talking to you, Ram. If you make a TV show at any point where a character starts fucking singing, like dancing around the street Disney
dancing in the night.
At that fucking point, you need to be put to death, and as dictator, you will be put to death. And then the show just has to be scrapped outright. It's an absolute bollocks. That's propaganda, that is. Fake news, right there. Singing in the streets, inciting
wouldn't
riots.
happen on WT Social. So, you're going through the streets, so it's all like little mini. Each one takes about 5 minutes to go through, if that.
Okay.
And the game itself, you can complete in about less than an hour. The trouble of it is, it feels like it's made in Unity, and it feels like the guys watched a Unity tutorial and just copied it.
Okay.
Because a lot of the
How old is this?
Not that old.
Okay. I was going to say there was a game that the way you're describing it makes me think of another game I've heard of that came out a good few years ago, and it was bollocks.
The trouble with it is that as I'm going through that level, I'm going thinking, I know Unity. This level I'm in, I could build this level in probably about a couple of hours. I could build this level and have all the same interaction that he's got in it. Nothing's really that polished. I mean, again, it's a free game, so yeah, it's a free game. As someone's little student project, marvellous.
Yeah.
As a game, you've actually gone to hassle putting on Steam. It feels a bit braggy.
Yeah, but can't anyone just put something on Steam?
Yes. Oh yeah, you pay $100. It's on Steam.
I mean, could a college have not paid?
No, this wasn't put on by a college.
Okay.
This is under his own company.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And it's all going not too bad. There's some interesting bits in it. He's done some interestingness. There's a couple bits where he's actually tried something a bit different. That's quite interesting. There's one bit early on where you're like in an art gallery, and you pick up a picture frame. The picture frame like shows stuff that isn't like you can't see in the art gallery, but the shows it in black and white. You see stuff that isn't there, and you use it to navigate around and like find obstacles and so forth. That's a bit neat. It's got some neat ideas, a couple of neat ideas, but it lacks a lot of polish. And also it gets a bit pretentious.
Okay.
He does suffer a lot from awful pretentiousness. So there's bits where basically he does a he's done, from what I found, he's done all the voice acting himself.
Dickhead.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're on a budget, I appreciate if you've got no money on a budget. Okay, I can sort of get that.
Take a microphone down the pub. Job done.
Or just ask your friends.
He clearly hasn't got any friends. That's why he made a game.
Well, anyway, so the voice acting. So the first bit, you're in like this place where there's a chicken, and he does the sound effects of the chicken.
Get a chicken.
Yeah, it does. It does just like what the fuck? Why is he doing the sound effects of the chicken?
Google.
Yeah, but then there's a bit where basically you're in a classroom, and you have to, and it's all like there's and all these signs on. It's all like the sort of bits on the poster and all on like the wall, and it's slideshows all saying you're useless, you're fair, and so forth. And it's like
it's true.
Take a deep breath. You take a deep breath behind the mouse button, right? When you do that, the music changes from really sort of intense and goes to more nicer music, nice little touch. Nice little music and so forth. If you let go of the mouse button, it goes back to your tennis music. When you put your mouse button again, annoyingly, it starts a cycle from scratch, right?
Oh,
yes. It starts, so you have to go through it. Eventually, he starts this monologue, right? And this monologue is basically, well, yes, I wasn't doing very well in the course. You know, it was a course that was specified around game design. I wasn't doing very well. However, I'm an artist. I'm passionate about what I do.
That sounds like something.
I'm gonna go on and do it.
Could you do me a favour? Just quickly search for it.
Yes.
I've just handed round my phone for the benefit of the folks in audio. So my phone just started randomly putting B's in instead of space.
Okay. And it's like, you know, it's all about, you know, if you want to design games, you just design games and be passionate about it. And I shouldn't listen to all the naysayers telling me I'm useless and it's not very good. Mate, your games are fucking shit. It's awful.
Quite old, apparently.
Is it?
2016.
Oh, wow. I'd call that recent.
I'm sorry.
I mean, one of his there you go. One of his Steam treats is basically him just talking to camera. I mean, that's just, yeah, it's...
I don't know, it looks like I've seen this before. Well, it's on Linux, so good job, mate.
It comes across what's in the Unity, so Unity can...
Yeah, I suppose.
It comes across a bit rather pretentious about the whole thing. I mean, it does to the point where there's a whole section where you walk through basically reviews of the game that he's pulled off Steam,
Shit.
There are actually, to be fair, he puts in a mixture of the game is awful with the game. I mean, some of his reviews, I'm sure he had friends who wrote them, because one of them was like, "This game is absolutely amazing. I cried when I played it." It's like
bollocks.
Yeah, like bullshit.
I cried when I played it because the game sucked so hard. They just passed out and their face mashed enter before.
Yeah, and you know, it's like it's trying to use the cover of "It's an art game" to excuse the fact that it's rubbish. And I thought, no, that's bullshit. Okay, everything is what I would consider an art game, but it has interesting mechanics, an interesting idea, an interesting sort of way you can work and play through the game. That is fine. That works as an art game. This is not an art game. This is like you've basically. I could almost see every section of like he's learned a new skill in Unity, so he's built a level around it, which is fine if you're practicing and doing stuff yourself. But to then release it as like a level in a game just feels a bit. There's one bit where you have to you're in a room and there's like a countdown timer for a self-destruct. It reaches 0 and then a door opens. You go and you climb a ladder, and while you climb a ladder, there's this massive video screen playing a montage of what I think is the designer of him randomly screwing up bits of paper and throwing them off screen, then having a little bit of a fight to himself, and then I don't know, just sort of like laying down and sort of having a little cry, and then that's it. The game is to the next level. It's like, this is meant to be artistic. This is shit.
Do you have to be really stoned or drunk when you're playing this?
Actually, honestly, say that if I was drunk, I'd probably think this is amazing.
Do you think the average person downloading this game is incredibly drunk or stoned?
To be fair, one of the reviews is, "This was an amazing game. I played it while I was high." And they get a thumbs up, to be fair.
Good job.
So,
in fairness, those stoned people do make the most sarcastic comments.
Yeah. It is. It's. I mean, it's some interesting ideas, but it just feels like a student project. Mm-hmm. And you think, why did you do this? I mean, I played a similar game to it many years ago, called Receiver, which was a game where you designed to properly simulate how guns work. So like you couldn't just. You had to actually properly put the new magazine, pull the slide back to cock it. You can properly pull the magazine out, look at the ammunition. So it's designed to be like that, and it was built as part of a game jam, as an experimental game. Okay, fine. No, that's absolutely fine. And so forth. They put on Steam and charge for it, and that's a bit of a dick move because it's not finished. Yeah, it's in no way finished. It literally got to the state where it was at the end of the game jam, and just popped on Steam. Charging for it at least finish it. Yeah, that's what if they took it. If they took the idea they had, developed it.
No, I agree.
Fine, okay, but the whole environment, everything is just grey because they're just using default Unity grey assets. There's no textures.
Oh, okay.
It's all like that sort of thing. There's a few custom, but it's most of that. So
I agree with you on that point. Yeah. Bit of a dick move.
It is a bit of a dick move to charge for, and it doesn't feel wrong.
I mean, in the grand scheme, like Dear Esther was that was an arty game, wasn't it? It was like, look at the pretty shit we can do, and they released that, and then they did the remastered version or whatever it was. Even though it was just a walking simulator, it was a very pretty game, and I quite enjoyed that one.
I've played what I consider arty games.
But you're just saying this is absolute bollocks.
It is just all round. It just feels, if you play it, you'll see every level feels like, I've learned how to do this in Unity. I'm going to build a level around it.
Even though it was free, you feel it was maybe a bit self-indulgent.
Yes, it felt very pretentious. Yeah. It's like I wouldn't release it on Steam. I wouldn't if I could.
You'd be embarrassed to release it on Steam.
Yeah.
Because people would think that you're an arrogant twat.
It comes across like that. It's very arrogant. I mean, the company's named just after himself, which is fine. Yeah, okay, people do name themselves, but
if you were to goof it, make it a bit silly, really silly, entire silly story to it.
Yeah, if it had the pretentious levels pulled out, and there's levels where he basically he comes across a bit like, I'm a misunderstood artist, my games are amazing and no one understands me type. It might be not what he means to say, but it's how it comes across. And how I felt after playing, I felt like, this guy's a knob. You know, if he thinks he's making art games, and he didn't do well in his game design course, it's all them. They're all wrong, not him.
Yes, they're okay.
Yeah, that's how it feels like. It's for free game. It's worth a try. I would say I would just you play it and see how bad it is.
Okay.
It's just to see what you think of it.
I will fire up my Linux rig and give it a go.
It's 50 minutes from start to finish. I think it took 66 minutes apparently for me to do it.
If I have to book a flight to where this person lives and I have to punch them in the face, do I get any prizes for that?
You get a free copy of his game.
Oh, brilliant! Thanks.
Yeah. Thought you'd appreciate that. That's the game I've been playing. That's the Christmas disappointment game.
Excellent.
So right, we like to move on to the activities.
Oh, activities. Oh, let's go.
So,
hang on.
Thank you.
That's as good as you get.
So, you have 3 activities. I'll let you pick. I'm going to give you the names of. You're going to pick a name.
Hang
the
on.
name is. You've got Steam. You've got letters. You've got games.
Oh bollocks! I want letters.
Letters, right?
Letters, mate.
Letters from our viewers.
We haven't got any. Your show's shit.
I've highlighted a few. We got a few.
Oh my god! How many of them are complaints?
Anyway.
Oh no.
So
I don't want to know letters now. Go to games.
From John Bowden. Hello, our company Ratings King specialises in posting 5-star reviews on all major review sites. Our packages start from $49 a month. Depending on your package, you'll have a number of positive reviews that we will do for you. You'll have reports monthly with the work that has been done on your accounts. Everything is transparent and you can cancel at any time just by sending us an email. A bigger package means more positive reviews, more people seeing your services offer and seeing the fact that you're good at what you do, and finally more clients for you. Just go to our website and choose the page that best fits your needs. I think it's a very nice thing to say.
I just want to throw out there, thank you for showing them up. I am so proud of you. Quickly say the company name again.
The company name is Ratings King.
Just so you know, online reviews, absolute bollocks. There you go.
Okay.
Moving on.
From Bernard Gabb. Tarot card reading, tarot card meanings, tarot card meanings, list love, tarot reading, tarot card meanings, PDF, tarot cards, reading cards. Okay.
Okay.
From Jeffy Beak. Greetings. Alpha G Investments Private Equity LLC. I want to use this opportunity to invite you to Project Loan Program. We are offering project funding private bank loans program. Ka-ching.
Program.
Yeah.
Bank loans.
Yeah.
Program.
Do you have any lucrative projects that you can generate a good ROI within a period of funding?
This one.
Ka-ching. We offer loan investment of 3% of interest rates with a minimum year duration of 3 years. With a minimum year duration of 3 years to maximum of 35 years. We'll both be dead. So, ka-ching.
Good job.
We focus on real estate projects. Renewable energy.
Hang on, we're in a house.
It's true. Telecommunication. Streaming.
Internet.
Streaming, we've got that one. Hotel resorts. Biotech. He's ill.
Yeah, I'm ill and we live near a beach. So that's like a resort.
Textiles.
I have clothes on.
Pharmaceuticals.
My son sometimes needs medication.
Oil and energy industries. I drive a diesel car.
There you go.
Mining and metals industries. We have metal.
Yeah, and I've got a shovel outside.
Yep.
It's mine, right?
So personal, he's got it engraved and everything.
I have.
Maritime industry. I don't like boats. You can skip that one.
Actually, my family were fishermen.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. We got that.
How have you all still alive? They must have bred young. Hospitals and health care.
I go to the hospital.
Yeah,
and my wife works in care.
Consumer service industry. Gambling casinos industry, electronic manufacturing industry.
Hang on.
Yeah.
You help people on a daily basis, and you've called me a debt collector.
There we go. Chemical industries, agriculture.
That's right.
Ka-ching. Aviation, retail, etc.
Aviation. Do we know anyone that can fly?
if you jump, well, everybody can fly. It's the landing that's the problem.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Falling with style. Leaving a nice splat at the bottom of the multi-story
flying is just a clever way of falling and missing the ground. Please be advised that we will provide you full details of how to apply for the loan once we receive your reply.
So flying is jumping off of a building and mastering the landing.
Yeah. Regards, Mr. Hamad Al Hassan Alpha G Investments Private Equity LLC.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch. Thank you for that. Thank you for your kind words.
We qualify for a lot of that. Yeah. Jesus Christ, how many pages are there?
No, I'm not reading
Holy
that.
Christ!
Right,
right, just so, right, because Ram said he's not going to read that. Holy fuck. There's like a paragraph bigger than you'd see in a university essay.
yeah, it is long. I did look for it.
How many of those are actual words? How many of those are actual sentences? No, there's loads of numbers in there. That's bollocks.
Yeah, that's the
They're
phone.
like Bitcoin addresses.
That's the phone. Yeah.
How many of those are you're looking at porn and we know you're doing it?
Not there yet. Right.
Oh, not yet.
From Rob Renty.
Kawasaki.com, by the way.
Yeah. Rob Renty. These are indeed the end times, but most are falling away. Trust God that he will lead you to truth. The real body of Christ is outside of the church. We know what is going to happen and we'll send you prophecy which you can discern. To receive it, take a chance, text, email, postal contact info to... I'm not giving them any credit.
1 second. Churchgoer and a failed priest.
From Joshua Supop.
Do we know that person?
No. Hi, roundnerds.a2hosters.com.
That's our website, by the way.
Thank you for that, yeah.
Nice
I've
script.
been visiting your website a few times and dedicated to give you some positive feedback because I find it very useful. Well done!
Good job, son.
I was wondering if you were someone with experience in creating useful websites. Yeah, you see, experience. I use WordPress.
Fuck.
Could help me out with my new site, but give me some feedback what I could prove. You can find my site by searching. I'm not going to give them any credit.
Yeah. How about there? I'm not going to give them any credit. What a shit website.
Wayne 4. My name is Pete, not Rain, and I want to share a proven system that makes me money while I sleep.
No.
The system allows you to try the whole thing for free for a whole 30 days. It doesn't say what. That's right, you can finally change your future without giving up any sensitive information in advance. So at some point you do give us sensitive information. Mm-hmm. I signed up myself just a while ago and I'm already making a nice profit. In short, this is probably the best thing that ever happened to you if you take action now.
No.
If you're interested in knowing about the system, go to... And I'm not giving it...
Are these comments on our website?
Yeah, this is what the comments that the spam filter got involved with.
Oh.
But I felt that... But, you know, beggars can't be choosers when it comes to emails.
No, you are. No, you're right.
From Scott Tack.
Do we know that person?
No, we don't.
For God's sake.
Hello there. We are a manufacturer. We wholesale LV bags at a wholesale price. LV is Louis Vuitton. I had to Google it to find out what it was.
I was curious. What the hell? All right.
Please check out Albans and email me your order list.
Quick question.
Yes.
Is a Louis Vuitton bag good?
If you like brand name stuff, yeah, I believe so. Look, it's a bag with LV written on it, and you pay 5 times the price for a bag that didn't have LV written on it.
So what if I write complete twat on a bag?
It's not a well-known brand.
Well, what?
You're going to have to make it a brand. What you do is you just somehow create a zeitgeist that it is a well-known brand.
Okay.
Once you do that, you'll be away.
Excellent. Okay.
From Judith Saw. Dear customer, are you satisfied with your current CCTV quality and service? No, we're not.
No. Mine doesn't work.
No. Tired of cameras that always break down easily? There you go. There you go. Don't worry. We manufacture high-definition security surveillance systems for residential and commercial users. We're neither. All our cameras are metal.
We don't have a house or a business.
All our cameras are metal waterproof and comes with Sony sensor for maximum quality. IP cam video quality. And there's
IP cam video quality.
Yeah, that means
that's
shit.
not real.
There's YouTube link there as well, which I haven't gone on.
We haven't got any cameras. That's why they don't work.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
From Willie Moores. I don't know why he sent this to me. Passions, the new revolutionary dating app, offers all functions you use on a daily basis. Free download? Free range? Video chat through the app? Call through the app? Hashtag functionality? Super easy to use. Go to the App Store.
Are they asking us if it does this? Or
I don't know. I'm assuming so. It's all question marks.
I mean, well, clearly I need that. I mean, whatever that is, I need it.
Yeah.
Or we need to make it.
We do.
With question marks.
We do. From Pedro Molina.
Hello, Pedro.
Yeah. Dear sir.
No.
You shouldn't assume that sort of thing. We might have a lady reading this. You're right, but you shouldn't assume it. I'm contacting you to partner with me to secure the life insurance of my late client. To avoid it being confiscated. For more information, please contact me on.
By the
By the power of Grayskull.
Who was the what was the prince that always kept on sending people?
He's a very lucky guy. No one ever took him up on the offer.
No, Algerian. That was it. I need to claim my whatevers because the Algerian prince is going to take my person's. I don't fucking know what was he say? Life insurance.
Life insurance, yeah.
Yeah. I need your help because the Algerian prince from all those emails that you keep giving your credit card details to is going to take my mate's life insurance or my wife's. I don't give a fuck about your email. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Stupid pot.
From Toy Sack. I'm not sure why I want to tell us this. According to a new report, one 70-year-old man who had abdominal surgery in England swallowed his dentures during the procedure. They got
What's he wearing his fucking dentures for?
No, they got stuck in his throat and were only discovered 8 days.
It took 8 days to realise he didn't have his fucking teeth.
But he explains it all at the end. Tips on how to get pregnant fast. There you go.
With dentures? I just want to throw out there, right? I have had a shit ton of surgeries on the NHS completely for free and at some of the worst hospitals in the country. Not once have they let me keep my dentures in.
From Dorothy Today. We'd like to inform you that a liked comment in ID 359-15743 in a social network, January 9th, 2019 at 1948, the like has been rounded to win Seasoned Like of the Year award.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, sorry for hitting the microphone. I don't care.
Yeah. Hi, Ranners at a2.hosted.com.
Wow.
Yeah, they've addressed us by name.
Make sure you don't change that address name,
No.
mate.
It will happen. Have you ever heard of sending messages via contact forms?
No. Nope.
No. Imagine that your letter will be seen by hundreds of thousands of probable customers. Your
Customers.
Yes,
Customers
without a space.
You are.
Your message will not go to the spam folder because people will send the message to themselves. As an example, we have sent you our suggestion in the same way. We have databases of more than 30 million sites to which we can send your letter. Sites all by country. Unfortunately, you can only send a country with the same message. The cost of 1 million messages is 49 USD. There you go. Hi there. I was on your website and I know some critical mistakes you're making with your backlinks and optimization. This is costing you money and currently losing your customers at your competitions. That's what I want to know. I'm Mark, and for 15 years I've been Mark. No.
Have you?
Fuck
me, mate.
That is actually what he said, but he's believable.
I mean, for 30 some odd years, he's been Nick and I've been a cunt. Yeah. So
I've helped business optimize digital marketing funnels and maximise their profits.
No.
I can show you these mistakes you probably don't even notice and how to fix them.
I've
in a custom product that I've made for you. Who can I send a report to? Regards, Mark, and he gives an email address.
No. I'm going to sign you up to every porn site I can find, Mark, and your spam site. Oh, are we nearly done?
We're nearly there.
Oh, we got more?
We've got a couple more. Dear Ranads, when will Kim be a special guest? He already has been because he's on Sims 4.
Yep, every single day.
Okay.
When we end up in North Korea. Kim, I love you, mate.
Oh, I forgot one message, actually.
Oh, did you?
From TheSuffolkRam, test comment.
Fuck me. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
And it worked, too.
It worked, yeah.
You better email him back.
I will do. Hello.
Yes?
Today I want to give you a tip about becoming an overnight success. Good, yeah, good.
Yep,
okay,
I need that.
What makes a brand an overnight success? Virility. Mm-hmm. You can absolutely crush your competition and reach the top overnight just by going viral. How can you go viral? Here's a small step-by-step guide.
How can you go viral? Skip your antibiotics and don't get vaccinated.
I will point out, he actually spelt it vial.
Oh.
VIAL, which is a small little glass tube.
Just saying that's a bit wrong.
Yeah.
I've got a vile video.
Okay, step 1.
Oh.
Create a high-quality, entertaining or emotional video.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We're out.
Step 2. Upload on all social channels and amplify distribution using ads. Step 3. Reach out to influencers and ask them to share your videos.
That's us.
Yeah. As you can see, it's not very hard to go viral. Last 2 steps are really easy, but most people never finish step 1 credit because of which steps 2 and 3 don't work. Your video must be high quality and emotional entertaining. It takes a lot of time to create these high quality videos, but now you can do it in less time. You can get all the stock videos that are needed to create a high quality viral video. This will save you hours of time, which you normally wasted.
In capitals, by the way.
Yeah. I assume people would understand that concept.
You'd hope, but trust me, mate, I know some of the people that watch these videos.
Yeah. It's finding the whole of the high quality stock videos and images that are now available to you. Just click a button. Here's how it works, and then a link to the website again.
Excellent.
Now this one, okay. I felt really proud of this because this is on one of my posts. Howdy. I simply wish to offer you a huge thumbs up for the excellent info you got on this post. I will return to your website soon for more. Do you know which post that was?
No.
That's the post which is your link to the picture of the website logo.
Oh, brilliant.
So as you got it's not no text on it, it's just the website logo. Excellent. Apparently though, he found it very informative.
I did.
There we go.
Right, just so you know, we're taking a quick break because I'm busting for a piss.
Oh, then.
Hey, that's a good thing because I can edit this. Don't die.
Don't lean back.
Don't lean. Oh shit, there's a screen behind me, isn't there? Derp. Plus, when I come back, I can adjust the microphone. It's been placed really badly for the last episode.
It's a bit late now.
Well, I'll pretend I can fix it first.
Yeah.
Oh god, right.
You say you're going to edit this up, but this won't actually happen, will it?
No, probably not. In fairness, I was actually worried when I looked at your last show notes. I was like, shit, I hope I haven't cut that out. Oh no, I can't get out the door. That was close. I almost fell to my death.
Oh, good.
There were shoes on the stairs. Just throwing out there. We need a bigger room.
Yes.
A much bigger room.
Yes. Oh, you're there down.
There we go.
Right, you good to go?
Are there any more fantastic letters?
That is it for letters, unfortunately.
I'm sad now.
Did you enjoy letters from readers?
They were not quite what I expected. Amazing.
Good. I'm so glad. It's worth me spending an hour this afternoon going through.
I was going to say, is that the first? Is it only recently that we've been getting murdered by spam?
Yes, because I haven't updated the spam bot program recently.
Oh, right,
I forgot to update it, and it all appeared.
Oh, right.
So your options then
okay.
are Steam or games.
Steam or games? They're both the same thing, are they not?
No.
Oh, Steam, because I'm confused.
Right, okay.
Are we making a cup of tea?
No.
Oh.
So I found a website
Yes.
that you put in your Steam username, and it's called How Long to Beat Steam. And it tells you, based on games in your library, how many games and how long it take you to finish them based on How Long to Beat's database.
Okay.
So a few caveats: it doesn't only tells you games where they have a finite ending. So multiplayer games which are multiplayer only, so like Counter-Strike, which have no actual ending.
Even like MMOs and
Yeah, we've got no actual ending. It doesn't count those.
Okay.
Because you can't read silent things, and obviously if it's not on How Long to Beat's database, it won't pick it up.
Okay.
So I put mine in to see what mine came up with.
Okay.
There's a nice little chart. That's like the first page of the chart. There you go. See, there's my little logo there.
There's a logo on the first page, on the back of the first page.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? That's actually the top page, but I put it this way because it's easy to read.
Oh, okay.
So, I've got 480 finite single-player games. It excluded 90 of them because they didn't qualify.
Okay.
So, assuming you play your game 24/7 without stopping for sleeping or eating, which, to be fair, as a PC gamer...
You don't need sleep, you're a PC gamer.
Exactly. So, total amount of consecutive current play time, as measured by... we don't want that. We want... Okay. So, how long do you think... So, just completing the main objectives, just enough to see the credits roll, so not all side quests. How long do you think it would take me to play through my entire... what's left of my Steam library?
Oh God, I wouldn't even. I don't know. It's a lot of
Do you
games.
think we're talking weeks?
Probably more than that, aren't we?
Months?
Probably months.
Years?
I mean, if you're not sleeping, probably months.
Okay. 6 months, 3 days, and 17 hours.
That's all right.
If we go by the route of playing all the extras, completionist,
Right.
it's unlocking everything. 1 year, 6 months, 4 weeks, and 13 hours.
1 year, 6 months. Okay.
4 weeks, 3 hours. Okay, that was me. So then I googled, then I put your name in.
Oh dear. Note that I haven't bought any games really for a long time.
925 games.
Yeah.
Exclude 176. Do you want to have a guess for a complete main? So you only get to the main, you just complete the main credits and just enough to see the credits roll.
25 minutes.
1 year, 2 weeks,
Right.
4 days, and 6 hours.
All right. I'm cool with that.
Completionist.
Yeah.
2 years, 11 months, 1 week, 6 days, and 9 hours, which is basically 3 years. Let's be honest. If you add in sleeping time, it's basically 3 years.
I ain't ever finishing that.
No, I was just sort of thinking, yeah, I thought when I was at I thought, mine's doable actually. I could probably, if I didn't buy any games for the next 4 years, I could probably do it. So, but then you can actually run it for the entirety of Steam.
Right.
Every game that's on Steam.
So my number and that is the same.
How many? Oh, this good. How many finite games do you think are on Steam?
Maybe a few more than you've got, but less than I've got.
Well, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be at least the same as you've got, hasn't it? Because
No.
it can't be less than what you've
No,
got.
because I've got Half-Life 3.
Have you now?
Yes.
Is it good?
That's all right.
But you didn't like Half-Life, so.
Nah, that's all right.
There are 57,728 finite games on Steam.
So I'll throw out there, it's not as good as Half-Life 4. I've got that too.
Yeah.
Port 3.
Bastard. So, so if you were to play every game on Steam to completion for 24 hours a day without sleeping, it would take you 42 years, 1 month, 3 days, and 10 hours.
So I'm missing a few then.
Missing a few, yeah. You're missing a few. You haven't even got 1%.
Oh, mate.
You need to get to 5,772 games to get 1%.
2020, I'm getting started on it.
Yeah. Would I like to guess how long it takes to do completionists to get every achievement and conquer all game has to offer? How do you think it would take?
I'll be dead.
112 years, 2 days, and 2 hours.
Yep, I'll be dead about twice then.
So, if assuming we added to that sleeping time, which is going to be a third, let's say a third.
I'll be dead 4 times.
It's going to take 160 odd years.
I'll be a lot dead. Valve, you need to start cleaning out your games, mate, because if you're including games like what Ram was just talking about, I mean, bin it off, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because Kim won't be happy, and as a dictator of the UK, I'm not happy either.
Cool.
There you go, that's my first silly-ass fucking law. Get rid of shit games on Steam.
You do realize Steam is a US-based game. You're in charge of the UK.
No, see, they don't understand, because Gabe wants to come over here to get his cup of tea and hang out with Liz.
Right, okay.
He's got to do what I say, otherwise I don't let him in.
You saying Gabe is due a knighthood?
Well, yeah, but he's not going to have it if he doesn't do what
no
I say.
offense to Gabe, he's going to have trouble kneeling down.
He's fine. What you don't realise is Gabe is actually really buff. He's just wearing a fat suit.
Oh, right, okay.
I thought you knew this.
Is he like Mum from Futurama?
No, I thought you knew this.
No, I did not. I didn't know.
Mate, seriously, I'll try and keep you up to date. I promise I'll try and keep you up to date in future.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't think. I thought you
So,
realised.
final section. Your choice is games. Or games.
That's a hard one. Can I have a phone a friend, please?
Yes, you can. Who are you going to phone?
You.
Okay.
Well, I've got to make a choice between games and games, mate. What one do I choose?
I'll choose games, mate.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, no, I wasn't too sure. I was thinking about games. All right, then. Thanks for that one, mate.
No problem.
I'll take games, mate.
Okay. It's time for our game of the year. Skazz does know this, but I did bring his list with me.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know whether there's anything you want to... I know you've picked what your game of the year is, but I didn't know if there's any honourable mentions you want to go through on there.
No Man's Sky is shite, so that'll never get
That's
it.
not an honourable mention then, is it?
Skyrim is also shite.
That's not... Like, honourable mention means games that you didn't pick but would have been like to.
Oh, well, no. Oh, Jump Force is also shite.
You haven't quite got this, have you?
I played a lot of shit games this last year.
Yeah, most of them use.
Hey, don't you start. Hang on a minute, how many are there? 1. Oh, 3. I've only played 3 this year. There's 1.
1, 2,
3.
3. Yeah.
Oh, no. I'll have to have a marathon of these
I
games.
thought you played them all this year, but no. I went through the show notes. You hadn't. I was very surprised.
Yeah, damn.
Are there any games that you're thinking, did I fucking play that? I don't remember playing that.
A lot of them, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I completely forgot about Skyrim. I thought that might have been last year. No Man's Sky, ugh. Penny Punching Princess, by the time I got to the end of that, I wanted to actually kill someone. Senran Kagura Shinobi versus fun. I think that might have been the one I played on Linux. It played better on my Linux machine than it did on my Windows machine. Sea of Thieves is great fun. Believe it or not, I actually forgot about Samurai Showdown.
Whoops.
I got it into my head that was last year, but it weren't. Symphony of the Night can go to hell because I'm never going to finish that inverted castle. Lonely Mountain Downhill. That's a great game. Anyway, yeah, they're all good.
Right, so what's your game of the year then?
Right, game of the year is a toss-up. For full-blown game with full-blown story, deep mechanics, cheese, that lasts, a playthrough that lasts for more than, say, 8 minutes, I'm going to have to give that one to Astral Chain on Nintendo Switch.
Cool, you were really keen on it when it came out.
It hit my top 5 most played games on Nintendo Switch incredibly quickly. What was it? Wasn't it like my top... It's in my top 3, was it not? I think it might actually be my top. No, it's in my top...
I love that you looked at me for the answer and I have
It's in
no
my.
idea.
I think it's in my top 2 for single player. Because I think the only things higher than that are like East and It.
Oh.
I can't remember what my top games are. I just know that East is up there. So Astral Chain is probably up there too. Daemon X Machina ended up there as well. I mean, for a game... So I remember I bought Astral Chain and Daemon X Machina as part of the Nintendo kind of 2 games with a significant discount deal. And I thought Astral Chain was going to be absolutely dog shite. So I kind of bought that as the discounted game. But it was brilliant.
Yeah.
It was actually better than the game that I wanted to buy out of the 2, which was Daemon X Machina. It looked beautiful. The story was interesting. The music was phenomenal. The only thing that the only thing that I have now, thinking back about it, that's a downside, is the end game of it is shite. Because it's just like a grind session of 50 missions or 100 missions that are on super hard difficulty or something like that. Yeah. Otherwise, great game on Nintendo Switch. For what it was designed for, great game.
Cool.
Looked just amazing.
And your runner-up, because you mentioned it.
So the only reason this is a runner-up is because it's a fighting game, and a lot of people don't tend to put a whole hell of a lot of time into fighting games. Samurai Showdown. I'd got it into my head that came out like last year on other platforms, but no, it was June, wasn't it? It was June this year, and
Well, it's always worth mentioning our game of the year is actually our game of the year, not necessarily if they've been released this year.
Yeah, well, both of these games were new
This year.
And I purposely... Samurai Showdown is a great series from my childhood. And it was amazing that it had a reboot with a new graphic style. Mechanically, it's pretty solid. Who doesn't like Samurai Showdown? Soundtrack's pretty solid. It's a great fighting game for people to get into that aren't necessarily into remembering huge combos. Like massive input strings and stuff like that. You can finish a fight in 2 moves.
Yeah.
Average fight for me lasts 15 seconds or less. So you don't have to do massive flashy combos to feel satisfied playing it. Each character has a decent story. The only downside, I think, to the whole thing is the end boss is an absolute bastard.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way, I like it so much I spent 25 quid on the soundtrack.
Oh,
I own it
that's
on,
an endorsement there.
I own it on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Google Stadia. When it comes out on Nintendo Switch, I'll probably get it on the Switch. And as I say, I got the soundtrack and a collector's edition for the Xbox with big old art books in there. It's a great game. Absolutely brilliant game. If you're new to Samurai Showdown, give it a go. And it's Showdown spelled SHODOWN.
Link in the show notes.
Excellent.
There you go.
Great games.
Okay, for my game here, so honourable mentions.
Are these shite?
No, because they're honourable mentions, not
Dishonourable mentions.
Yeah. 7 Days to Die is an honourable mention. It's the voxel-based survival horror game with zombies, but it's quite neat because it's being voxel-based. You can build you can properly fortify your base, and yeah, I play it quite heavily for about 2 or 3 weeks. Quite getting hard. I built my little underground tunnel system. Which took a long time.
I remember you talking about it. You seemed to quite enjoy it.
Yeah, I really did enjoy it. It was a good game. It's just a bit clunky.
Yeah,
unfortunately, thing. Scala Sombra, which was all again. You want to think more arty games. That was a game where you had. That's when we had everything was black. We had like a little scanner that could sort of paint the walls. So
I must not mention that. I played that this year.
Did you?
Yeah, it was alright.
You didn't?
Oh, I must have forgot about it. I played it this year. It was alright.
Yeah, it's a neat little game. It's something you can do. It's one that you do in sort of 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And it's sort of quite neat. Apparently, there's a VR mode for it. I would like to try the VR mode. I want to be quite good at the VR mode.
Your Tesco laser gun.
Yes, your Tesco laser gun.
Your barcode scanner.
Far kind of Everything, which was if you want to talk about decent art games, Everything's a decent art game.
Yep.
That actually I was quite moved by Everything.
That's the one where you become like an island and animals.
You go right down to sort of. I think you go down to electrons and protons.
Oh wow!
And then you gradually step your way out from electrons and protons to atoms, to basic single cell organisms to bits of pollen.
So I hate to sound stupid, but I mean you can literally become everything.
You can.
Oh my god!
Amazing.
Is that the one where because I remember you talking about it. It's the one where the characters literally move in steps.
They roll.
Yeah.
They roll. If there's no animation, they literally just roll over. Or for so weird, and you can and if you're an animal, you can go and meet others, and you can. They call it singing, which is basically you making your noises as an animal, and you herd, and you can sort of move together, and
neat.
You can play as a rock and roll about.
But
then you keep going up and up, and eventually you get as far as the size of a universe. It really got to me, that one actually. I really liked it.
Fun game.
Yeah. Far Cry New Dawn, I'll just honourable mention. It was too soon to the previous Far Cry game, so I was a bit burnt out on Far Cry, which is why I didn't get into it as much. I will probably go back to it and finish it. I just need a bit of time away from the series. I find with Far Cry, I need to have a time away from the series to go back to it, because it's such a big game.
That was very quick that they released that. They don't always release expansions to a game story, do they?
No, this is
3 Blood Dragon, which was just a piss take. 4 didn't have anything. 5 and then the expansion.
Well, New Dawn isn't a standalone game.
Oh.
It's not an expansion, it's a standalone game.
Yeah, but it's based on the same...
It's based on... It's like the
Far
sequel.
Cry 5.
It's a post-apocalyptic game set after Far Cry 5, yeah.
Right.
With all the characters. So it's like the sequel more than everything. I've got to mention... I can't not mention Football Manager 2018. I mean, clearly... That
you're honourable. I thought that was your game of the year.
No, it was close. It was so close. After the sort of first football match, I was like, I can see why people play this for years.
He was on the edge of his seat.
I know. I mean, it was so hard to go away and make myself some tea and come back and see what happened.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
Yeah. Return the Obra Dinn.
Oh, I really like that one. I really want to get that on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
That was a cracking game.
Yeah, still good. We Happy Foo.
Yeah, it was alright. That was alright.
Yeah.
I liked the story of it, I just didn't like the gameplay that much.
No, the gameplay is quite clunky.
Yeah.
The MP3 is probably like my runner-up game. I would say it's game of the
I
year.
thought that was going to be your game of the year.
It was so close. What pipped it to the post was Subnautica.
Can I just quickly ask, before we go into why you really enjoyed Subnautica, what games on that list disappointed you?
Okay, Sniper Elite 4.
Right.
I just felt that I didn't like the character. I didn't like I found the whole sniping mechanic, like the 3D visualization, got very boring after a while.
Yeah, it's the same with them.
Too much.
With Doom, they had the glory kills.
Yeah.
Those got on my tits after a while. I imagine that'd have been the same thing with Sniper Elite. They look flashy the first time you see them, but after the 5th or 6th time, you just make it stop.
Yeah, let's have a look for my little list. Knights of the Old Republic. I was really sad I didn't like that game. I thought
the old one,
Star Wars game. I thought that'd be right up my street. It's a BioWare style game. It's got sort of big, massive. Everybody's like, it's really good recognization. Absolutely loathed it.
Yeah.
The combat, it's got this turn-based combat, but it's turn-based combat that carries on. So it's like, it's not, the game doesn't pause when you're in combat, it just carries on cycling through the turn sequence. Your character just fires on his turn, which means it's very. It works, but more like an MMO style combat.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
it's probably a better way to describe it. It just feels so. I think the trouble part of it is that it's now a very old game, and it's got a lot of old game tropes. Actually, when you've played the game at the time, you forgive it.
In fairness, I played it at the time, and I wasn't a huge fan. It was okay, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. Some of my friends actually bummed that game.
I've heard a lot of good things about it, which is why I really wanted to. I actually thought I'm going to play this. I want to really enjoy it. It's got things like, the aliens all speak in their own tongue. Nice touch. But fucking hell, when you people just sort of going blah, you just like, I can't be honest. Listen, I don't just skipping just clicking the button to like show the whole dialogue and just skipping
just
through
read it and skip through.
I was like, it was very, very disappointing. Let's see what else I've got on here. I have to mention Football Manager 2 for everybody. It's fucking shit. I'm sorry, fucking shit. Outlast. Yeah, it wasn't a great horror game.
No.
We've already spoke about Awkward Dimension Redux. I would say one last honorable mention was Walking Dead final season, but I discussed that in the last podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose it was a toss-up between We Happy Few and Subnautica, if I was honest. In the end, for Subnautica was just that little bit more tightly developed.
Interesting.
It was a lot more. Subnautica was a lot more polished.
See, because when I'd last seen, because a few people I know play Subnautica, it was so Billy Bob basic. But then
it's not though. It's really neatly polished. All the mechanics, in this, you can see someone's got to say to your game, right, the mechanics work.
Yeah.
Let's now spend 6 months just tweaking everything, getting it just a little bit better.
Yeah.
You can tell a game that's been finished and a game that's been really finished, and it just feels that way. And it's beautiful. The environment's beautiful. All the creatures, the fish. It's a nice little exploration game. It's quite relaxing actually at times to go around it. The baseball is quite fun. It's got an interesting story to it. We Happy Food, great story, but it's just the mechanics let it down. It's just it needed like another 6 months of polishing to finish it off. It needed to. That one. Yeah, it needed to.
The story was interesting, but I just couldn't get past the actual gameplay of it. It just seemed really clunky, really disconnected. Every time I catch, I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Oh no, my stamina recovery is going to drop by fucking 10%. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal.
That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. They should have just deleted it. Based on they sold it originally, they planned it to be a survival horror game.
The trouble is it made it look half-assed when they actually released it.
Yeah, because they just dumbed it down so much. They were far better to say, hey, actually, development, we found actually it's far more fun doing this. By default, it's switched off. If you want to switch it on, you can do, but by default, it's all just switched off. Because it doesn't add anything.
No.
It doesn't, because the downsides to it are so minor. you don't really get bothered by it. I mean, the more time there is I tend to drink stuff and do stuff is because I just got the icon annoyed me being on the screen.
Yeah, no, I will agree with you on that. I mean, at one point my character was hungry and thirsty, and all of a sudden I'm stuck in an arena fight with 3, 4, 5 other people, and my character still wins.
Yeah, it just, yeah, it was. I've still not actually finished it because I put like 40 odd hours into it. I just had to take a break, but it was a game. I mean, I've always said my sort of metric when it comes to picking games, and if I'm enjoying a game, even if it's got clunky, is do I just go home and think, right, when I go home, I'm going to load that game right up and play it. I'm going to sit down and play it for 4 or 5 hours. And I was doing that. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home. And I sit down and play it. When I was on holiday one week, I went and I played it right late into the evening. And the next morning, as soon as I got up, I loaded the game back up again.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing with Really Happy Few. I was just putting hours and hours and hours into it. So it definitely... At the end, it was just a clunkiness that let it down.
Yeah.
And that's why Subnautica pipped it to the post. I said a lot of choices, and I think it's just because it's something that more my... I haven't done much in the way of sort of underwater survival horror games, and it's a very niche market. I played Far Sky a couple of years ago, which was like Subnautica Lite, written in Java.
Yeah.
Surprisingly written in Java, it works quite well. And it was different enough. All the other games which were really good I played this year didn't quite... There were two sorts of... So Hitman 2, brilliant game, but I've played Hitman 1. It's just more the same. Not as I don't want to be a downside to it, but it wasn't different enough to make it worth into my list. Walking Dead Fast Season, same situation. I loved it, but...
Same with my Groove and Astral Chain. I didn't think that was going to be the game that I wanted to play, but just all of the pieces put together were so clean and they were so polished. You just wanted to play more.
Yeah.
You wanted to see what happened next. You wanted to see what was over that horizon, and just for that alone, they had to win out.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that little bit of polish, and I think that's what...
Because some games really are lacking it. Like Daemon X Machina on Nintendo Switch, one of mine. Brilliant game. Absolutely brilliant game, but it just lacked that polish. It didn't... there were times I was like, I don't really want to play this anymore. And you push through and it was still good, but with Astral Chain, just like, gotta keep going. What's happening next? Holy shit, that happened.
Everybody gets to the stage where you're developing a game and the mechanic you've got gets good enough. It's good enough, it's reliable, it may not be the most prettiest thing, but it's reliable, it works, it's good enough. But that's like saying, an old school Land Rover Defender. They're quite reliable because there's not a lot to go wrong on them. They're dependable and so forth, but they're not a Ferrari.
No.
They haven't got that polish that makes them that little bit special.
Yeah.
And they got the price point as well. But yeah, so that was my fault. That was what just swayed it for me in the end.
Yeah. No, I was surprised when you said it, but really, when I think about it, I wouldn't have given We Happy Few. I wouldn't have put it up there. Like I said, the story's interesting, but the rest of the pieces that go with the story just it didn't feel right. I was more forgiving of the combat. And I say stuff like the water and stuff. It is interesting actually because after you get past the main character's story, the other characters' stories do change things up a bit. So the next character's story, her story, is very much more stealth focused because she isn't so good in combat. And she also there's other mechanics tied to what she has to do and what she has to look after and so forth that make it harder. Yeah.
So that forces you to use them. And I think sometimes when you're forced to use a mechanic, it actually makes you enjoy it more.
See, for me, as soon as there's forced stealth in a game, I fucking hate it. Absolutely hate it. There was a couple of scenes actually in Final Fantasy 15 from the last episode. It seemed like there were forced stealth sections, and as soon as it said, "Now you must take down this guard silently," I was like, "Nope, I don't want to play this anymore."
Yeah.
As soon as you're going to completely switch out the mechanics and make me go from an action combat game or an action combat RPG to even 15 minutes of forced stealth, I don't want to play it.
Yeah.
Because that means I have to find a specific path that the designer has already got planned out.
Yeah, and particularly if you don't like stealth, that's an issue. If
the game is sold to me as a stealth game, I'm cool with that. But as soon as you put forced stealth in it, like even in We Happy Few, there were segments where you could run up to, like as I said, I was stuck in an arena and I could take on 5 people with no problem at all.
Oh yeah, combat is.
And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now you have to be stealthy. It's like, I don't really know if I don't get that. I mean, with some of the characters I understood because some of them had guns, but.
The only thing I'll say about We Happy Few is the stealth is very easy. It's not a complicated stealth game.
No.
You know, find the grass of the flowers, and just make sure you cross between them. And unless you literally walk wide in front of somebody, they ain't going to notice you straight away.
No, and I, oh my god, that was a surprise. There was a guy in a room who I didn't even notice because he didn't. There was no alert or anything to say that I'd walked in front of him. It turns out it was a guy sat in front of a fucking door, sat in a chair. I was stood right next to him. It wasn't until I practically bumped into the guy that he realised I was in the room.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, hang on, you're there. I didn't even realise you were standing there. I noticed your mate pathing around the room, but I didn't see you just sat there.
No.
I mean, I could have practically been doing a little dance in front of his chair. He didn't do anything until I actually physically touched him.
No.
So
it just, as it lacked that polish.
Yeah.
But I actually thought combat was relatively solid. The combat was in it. Yes, it's simple, but it's quite solid what it does. You know, the simple, you can read it and it's workable. Yeah. It's not like some games where it feels a bit random. It does. You can see what the character models do. At least they show when they're blocking and so forth. You can read it.
Yeah. Which
actually is when it becomes easy because you can read it and can work your way through it.
Yeah, you find the exploitable path through. The trouble is that when I start to find that with games, I'm kind of bored now because that starts to become a bit of a, if I press this, this, and this, I instantly win. So. I do that a lot with games. So if I do this and this and this, but if I avoid... like, when you find a pattern that works and you can actually avoid other main mechanics, there's a problem with the game. And I tend to find those or pick those out quite quickly and use them a lot. Final Fantasy, I do it all the time. I barely use the magic mechanic in the game at all. Yeah. I barely use the team recovery and some of the character skills. It's just a case of I'll carry around a few healing items and then I'll just wail on things until they die. And that's not right. That's not how the game should be played, but it causes the least hassle. It's the path of least resistance, so that's the way I go. Anyway.
That's it.
I was surprised. Subnautica, that was a surprise.
Oh, good. I like to surprise you.
Yeah.
What would you have guessed?
I thought it was going to be We Happy Few. I really did think it was going to be We Happy Few, considering that was the focus of a good few podcasts.
3 podcasts.
You know, I was like, wow, this is clear. As soon as the first time you mentioned it, I was like, that's going to be a Ram game. It's got Ram mechanics in it. It's got a Ram story in it. That's going to be Ram's game of the year. So for then you to say Subnautica, I was like, oh, hang on.
Yeah. Oh, it was really close. I ummed and ahed. You don't believe how much I ummed and ahed my decision. Even looking at a sheet just then, I was like, am I going to go to Subnautica or do I get to We Happy Few? I was umming and ahhing my decision for quite some time.
All the way up to that point, that's interesting. I mean, I look at most of these games, and I mean, it's like, a lot of them were very good. But I wouldn't give them Game of the Year. I mean, Final Fantasy VII, I'd have given it a Game of the Year when I played it. Sea of Thieves that is an amazing game. I should really have said that was a runner-up, but...
I'm surprised. I thought Sea of Thieves was going to do better for you.
Great game, but I haven't played it in months.
Was it just that you ran out of things to do, or...?
Well, no, it just started to get really repetitive, and when my friends...
That's what I mean, you ran out of things to do.
Well, no, there are things to do, just we didn't want to do them anymore. Yeah. Because when it's like, you've now got to sail for the next hour to get to this place, and I mean, there were quests. It wasn't that we ran out of things to do. It was just that as you go, as you level up, quests become more complicated. The clues are less obvious. And when there's 4 of you rocking around and you're being attacked by other players, you can, as I say, in Sea of Thieves, you get a quest and there might be 5 or 6 stages to it. And then all of a sudden you get attacked at stage 4.
Lose your progress.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, I don't really want to go through that and do it again. And then that same, the same enemy ship is just sailing around that area, or you can't figure out a specific clue, or a couple of your shipmates leave or whatever. It's just like,
if it was like perhaps more variety to the task, you'd have a. I mean, I think perhaps another example would be something like, what was it called? The DayZ, where you died, lost everything. However, there was no real quest in it. However, the engagement was, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to mobilize, going to do this, and so forth. And when you died, it's like, I died. But the engagement was the fact that, that was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because there's a lot to do. There's lots of systems. It was emergent gameplay, whereas Sea of Thieves is probably perhaps a bit too limited, maybe, in terms of emergent gameplay.
There's a lot to do, but if you don't want to sail for 20 minutes to then get bombarded by an enemy ship that is being, there's a crew of 4 people who have gotten together just to troll other players.
Yeah,
is
it what I would call a story generator? Do you do you walk away from it thinking, I've got some good anecdotes about the time this happened or the time that happened?
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing with my friends, we had a hell of a laugh. It was absolutely great, but trying to get everyone together to play was a nightmare. Or you'd be in the middle of a quest, you've been let's say you're doing a storyline mission, which could take a good few hours. Let's say you've got 2 people together, you're on a sloop, you're rocking around all these islands, you're halfway through, and then all of a sudden your third crewmate turns up, and you're like, well, we can't play. Because if we do, we have to reset this quest.
Yeah.
So we have to completely restart it, or, we have...
it's solving compatibility, actually, the quest system and the playing system. As you say, you can't...
You can't jump in or jump out, Let's like, we're in a sloop now, which is a 2-man ship, but now we've got 4 people that want to play, so we can't upgrade to a galleon when we go to the next outpost. We have to actually exit the game and go again. It just...
So I think
it's a beautiful world. It's got some really fun stories in it. The game just says, it will literally just generate random quests for you. It feels like it, and they're really, really fun, but sometimes you just don't want to spend an hour doing one quest only to get blown out of the water by some asshole and his mate. It would be
bad if, as you complete each stage, that stage was locked and checkpointed.
Yeah.
So you may lose your progress at that stage, but you could go back to it.
Yeah, that would be nice, but then it kind of go against the whole point of player versus player combat. I would like to have mode where...
they can still rage and get stuff off you, but it's not quite so... No, it wouldn't do what you've described, where it's like, I can't be fucked to do it all from scratch again.
Well, because that's the trick, though, because you didn't win. The quest didn't end when you finished the objective. The quest ended when you handed in the treasure. And a lot of the time, you'd be rocking around and you'd be right at the end of it. And there would be people just camping the islands, the outposts, where you would have to drop off certain quests. It was... Whilst it was fun to get there, at times it was unbearable. Or people would have to leave and you'd end up being a 2-man crew on a galleon. You really needed 4 people to sail a galleon.
Yeah.
If there was a mode to say, right, me, Ram, Inky, and random player X want to just sail around and solve puzzles and stuff like that, that would be amazing and I'd have so much fun. But when when you'd level up past a certain point and the game's like, well, now a standard quest is going to take you a good hour to solve. It was a bit much, especially when, again, let's say I start me and Inky. We're halfway through this single quest and then all of a sudden a handful of people turn up. Can we play? No, because we're partway through here. Yeah. If they'd have given us the ability to change ship or
drawing quests,
have it so that we could have a team, but then that would go against the other mechanic of the game of literally player versus player combat. If you could get your own fleet together, you would just dominate the server. So they had a limit to how many ships could be on the server, and obviously if you're in control of a few of them, and we did have a point where me and a few people were in control of 2 or 3 ships, we dominated the map. And it wouldn't have been fun for other players because they would come and target, say, our smaller ship, and then a couple of friends of ours would then loop around with a galleon, or people who had met in the game would loop around with a galleon and just destroy them.
Yeah.
Balance was a problem. It's a beautiful game. It's a wonderful world to sail around. It is incredibly neat to play with friends. I could tell stories for days about how much... I mean... I have Sea of Thieves merch hung up on my walls downstairs, but if you can't get people together to play...
Not worth it.
No. And when my Windows 10 PC died, obviously I was kind of...
Screwed.
Yeah, I was shit out of luck there because it's not going to come out on Nintendo Switch. It doesn't run on Linux. Yes, it runs on Xbox, but, you know, it's a bit... Yeah. Worth a try, just not Game of the Year material. I did think at one point it would be Game of the Year, but then Astral Chain came out.
Yeah. Water. Cool. Well, I think that's it. Thank you.
Hang on.
Thank you. You can improve that, I'm sure, and post.
I'll try next year. I'll get more bells.
So that's it for 2019.
Yeah.
No more podcast this year. We reconvene on the 4th of January 2020. I know, 4th of January. We'll be bringing back up and we will be bringing the new year.
Yep.
Recovering
from eating lots of food and drinking cheap alcohol.
Yep. Well, in a few days' time, you get to enjoy that.
Yeah. I'm going to be stuffed full of hamper.
Yep. Monday, go to the off license in Staffroll to buy myself all my beer. I cleared Morrison's shells out of cider. I want some drafts. Asphalt's draft cider is like my favourite cider.
Right.
And I went to Morrison's and they have it on for free for £5. And they had like 6 bottles left. I thought I might as well get both lots of those. £3 for £5, so £10. And I was like, it's a pity. I thought, I ain't got any more because I like to stock up a bit for Christmas.
Yeah.
And Adnams don't really do because Asphal's a sort of Adnams do their own cider, and they used to stock Asphal's. They don't seem to do it anymore. So I then went, and as I walked around the corner, they had like a little display at the end, and it was filled with bottles of cider. I was like,
I'm having that.
So I emptied the whole display, and then walking out with about 21 bottles of cider.
Well, see, I don't find that too weird, to be honest, considering one, where we live. But the other day, Inky and I were walking across town. We went into Asda, and this bloke literally came out. His bloke and his wife came out with a shopping trolley full of like bottles of red wine, cases of Stella. The shopping trolley had nothing but alcohol in it.
It's Christmas,
right? And then as we were walking down, we walked through town, and we were going like Norwich Roadway up to where. Yeah. Choices Video and like Argos and stuff is on the next industrial estate just outside of town. Another family, they'd just pulled up outside their house and they were emptying their car and there was nothing but alcohol coming out of the car.
It's Christmas.
It's like, God blimey, brew your own.
Well, I've got 21 bottles of Asphal's. I'm going to take advantage of Asda's free for £21 beer cases. And then I buy myself a case of Broadside from Adnams and a case of Tally Ho from Adnams and 2 bottles of port.
I'm not expecting to see you on the next podcast.
I'll be here with my dialysis machine.
I was going to say wired up.
Yeah, I'll always have it. It's Christmas.
Would have probably sold off the NHS by then.
Probably. Yeah.
Can you afford?
That's what wasn't that a shocking election result? Wasn't that an unsurprising election result?
Oh my
just
God.
edit that correctly for me.
They were voted. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
I can't believe the Conservatives, Labour, Lib Dems, Green Party, BNP, UKIP won.
Oh dear.
Just you'll catch it in the edit, won't you?
Maybe.
Good.
Maybe. Depends how drunk I am.
That's fine. All organised, yeah. So, thank you much for watching. We'll see you in the new year.
Hope you have a good holiday of choice.
Oh, and listening. Can't forget the listeners.
Yeah, video listeners and audio viewers.
Yes, that's them.
Hope you enjoyed this streamed to local computer. Streamed to local host.
Streamed to local host. Local host is enjoying it.
It's great.
Yeah. It's pinging us every so often to let us know it's enjoying itself.
Yeah, chat's completely not there.
Yeah. Right, so see you then.
Have a good one, guys. I was close, I almost hit the stream button.
Oh.
Where's the stop? There we go.